There's an update to the H3H3 stuff right now. So as time has gone on between H3H3 and his recent lawsuits that have been going down, both Denims, Krogan, and Caseytron, who apparently is a 40-year-old person that's 28 or 30 something, like god damn, god, time has not been kind to Caseytron. New information has come out, guys, about all this. Said information ended up being that Reddit mods, actual Reddit employees, were in communication with the H3H3 snark, trying to help take down H3H3. And I think I have the right one here. Denims and Reddit in trouble. I think this is the correct one. This might not be it. Let me double check. Because there was two. And I wanted the shorter one. I wanted the shorter one. Let me just make sure I'm grabbing the right one. Here's the one I wanted. Here's the one I wanted. Reddit is cooked, which I have it right here. Because there's the long one and then this one. But Reddit is legally cooked is the one that I was wanting. This is the fast facts from Andrew Esquire, aka Legal Mindset. So why don't we take a look at what he has to say on all this, shall we?
It is absolutely legally cooked. We're going to get into a bombshell leak that will change everything today on the Legal Mindset, where we teach you to be your own judge.
Ooh, that's a new one. I like this new one. I like this newer one a little bit better than his old one. I would actually probably just me throwing this out here, LM. Okay, just listen to me. I know you're with Mythic. You're this big mega lawyer and an awesome talent. Everybody loves you. Mix in your old intro music to this one. I think that would have been a whole lot better because I like your old intro music a little bit better.
All right, so we've been going through the case of Ethan Klein versus the orbiters of Hassan, including the Reddit mods. And in that, we've been looking at what's going on with them and also their legal liability. And we now have a leak, something that was brought to my attention and something that, as far as I know, nobody else may know about this, although Ethan Klein will soon be very, very, very aware of this. And I'm sure his lawyers are going to be very, very interested in this because it blows wide open this case. Once again, Ethan Klein suing for copyright infringement, and he has massive power behind that lawsuit.
Now, I already know, and I've already kind of told you what that big leak was. It was that Reddit employees were working with the H3H3 snark to try to attack and defame Ethan Klein himself. And a lot of those people, I believe, were also in cahoots with like Caseytron, Krogan, Denims, and all this stuff. So that's like the big leak there. And obviously, LM here will go into a much deeper dive into what it is that I'm mentioning here. But the reason that is so important and relevant is back during, like at the start of all this, you know, with the CPS calls, the beginning with all the skulls being sent to his house and all the chaos that was going on there because of Hassan's orbiters and the H3 snark. Ethan thought and claimed that Reddit is part of the problem here, that there's Reddit in people like all over this stuff. Reddit employees and stuff are all involved, but they kept saying, no, we're not involved. We're not involved. We're not involved. All while at the same time, they would take down anything that Ethan Klein would start, you know, like maybe a Denim snark or a Hassan snark or anything like that. But whenever H3H3 talked about, hey, his snark is getting very bad or anything like that, Reddit would refuse to get involved and go like, no, we can't get involved. We can't get involved at all, guys. It's impossible for us to get involved. It's not our jurisdiction right there. So if there's actually cahoots going on right here and we have proof that they're actually working together, this blows it up so much more. And Ethan Klein's going to have a lot more fun times.
Because the damages are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, potentially millions, right? If you look at scope of damages from all of these creators, leeching revenue, leeching potential sponsorships, etc., taking his content wholesale, he's got massive, massive liability. There's even potential punitive damages based on the intent, right? Based on the fact that these people had malicious intent to steal his content.
Okay, I know what he's saying right there, and I'm letting him speak. I have a problem, though. Every time I watch LM's videos or streams, bro, I need you to get a new mic because my ADD brain starts firing up and I start just focusing in on your levels right here. I just start watching your levels as they constantly adjust. Please get a new mic. Just my ADD brain can't take it.
So looking at that, we had Reddit mods that were in this case, right? Because we obviously know Casey Tron, Denham's Frogan, all of these.
Damn. I have to point it out again. Casey Tron is like 32, something like that, but she looks 40, almost 50 years old. If she doesn't have makeup on, she's hideous.
Cast of characters reliable, but the Reddit mods are a big part of this. This is, by the way, totally not AI and totally an accurate photo.
I believe you.
Of a Reddit moderator. I think it's very much real to life. But the Reddit moderators were hoping to hide. They were hoping to cower beyond their, behind their internet anonymity, right? They have power in the fact that they are anonymous and that nobody knows them and they can reach out and say things and do whatever. But now they're being exposed. Now they're being called out and they are terrified. They're absolutely scared that they're going to be exposed in this, and they filed a.
Damn it, Weasel. Damn it, Weasel. Now I can't unsee it. Listen, I love the dude. I've met him in person. He's a super cool, chill dude. But I kind of get used to his happy eye.
Motion of 700 pages trying to hide from responsibility. Well, that's not going to happen. Their identity is going to come out. And one thing that's been coming out is who these people are exactly. And the big news is that beyond all comprehension, we now have proof that Reddit is directly tied to these moderators, which are going to be sued. So let's.
Okay, again, my brain, like I'm trying to be honest here and trying to just get the information out there. Did he just say pied or tied? I'm convinced he just said pied to the everything, but I think I could be wrong. My brain could have just like fried there for a second. So there's that. That's like a guard switching a security camera off and letting a crime happen. Shake my head, Reddit. Oh, dude, Reddit is filled with stuff like that. Reddit is filled with such vile shit because the moderators control everything on Reddit. Reddit mods are the worst individuals ever. This picture right here, it's not AI. There's a real Reddit mod that looks like this, and they think they are God's gift to humanity. They have so much power, it's ridiculous, but in reality, they are people like this. They are fat loser slobs in somebody's basement. They don't take care of themselves, but they feel like they have so much power. They feel like they're gods. They feel like they could do anything in the world, when in reality, they're scumbag. Like next level scum of the earth. Some of the worst individuals out there. That's why I've always come out here and said Reddit is only valid for two things in this world. Schizo posts that you can laugh at and prawn. That's it. There's nothing else that's of value on Reddit. It's schizo posts to laugh at and prawn. That's it. Everything else on Reddit is managed by fat, out-of-weight losers like this that, to be honest with you, you might think that these are man boobs because they're fat. In reality, these are moobs because they're on HRT. This here is probably a woman for all you know.
Go into here to this. So these are screenshots that were forwarded to me. Now you have one of these individuals here, one of these mods, nicknamed Roman P, who's listed in the lawsuit, right? So we're gonna look at these text messages or these screenshots, which were sent over to me before they were deleted, right? Because once again, they were going back and deleting and sweeping these things up. But now we've got conclusive proof here that kind of nails them in here. So them saying, so he thinks he could sue Asman and XQC, but he doesn't want to sue them. Why? Surely the reaction videos stole more views from him. Is this kind of admission he doesn't care about any potential financial damage, only about his personal beef? And then someone responds, did you know you're mentioned in the lawsuit? Just clicked on the first one, skimmed around it, and saw Roman P. So this moderator, this is the head moderator of this subreddit, is named. And they go, oh my God, thank you for telling me. This is the funniest shit ever. I can't believe this. Well, guess what? Guess what? It's not going to be funny for them for very long. It's funny for me. It's hilarious for me. Then you've got them over here.
I mean, it's hilarious for all of us. Let's be real fair here. Any Reddit mod being named in this and potentially taking more of this stuff out and, benefiting Hassan, not Hassan, but Ethan at the end of the day. Yeah, that's going to be funny for all of us right here. And it's better in the grand scheme of things because take these losers down a peg. They are not God's gift to the world. They're not even good enough to be God's shit. They are some of the worst things that have ever happened on this planet. God debates every single day whether or not to begin the apocalypse now solely because of Reddit mods.
saying, I can't believe you're outing yourself like this. Classic mistake of criminals returning to the scene of the crime. So, Roman P says, cat's out of the bag. Now the real fun begins. So they're pretending they're going to have fun here now that they're named in this lawsuit. This is going to be fun for them. Certainly, this is not going to be fun. We're going to see why. Next, you see here some cast of characters, including a very well-known Hassan Orbiter and Stan here, who's saying, we're going to build a shield wall for you. Roman P thanking this questionable individual who is definitely...
Oh, that's bad empanada. Oh, that's bad empanada over there. Yeah, that's really somebody you want to be in bed with right there. That's a smart idea right there. Holy crap balls. Opening up the bad empanada pipeline would be a crime. Like, that dude schizo out the bag. You think people like, fuck, what was his name? Mike from PA is bad? He's nothing compared to Empanada over there. Empanada's an actual terrorist, like an actual advocate for full-fledged harm to befall so many people. He is schizoed out the wazoo.
A separate person and not me on just another one of my sock puppet accounts. Well, if that was actually the case and you were this individual, that would be even worse for Reddit because it'd have some negligent hirings, all sorts of other stuff going on if that was the case. But
oh, please, please, please. You know what? If Bad Empanada is actually this person, that would be the funniest shit ever. Please let that be real.
But once again, associating with some questionable characters and then going even further, showing the lawsuit, showing exactly where they are named. So highlighting that user, use/Roman P, which is there amongst others like underscore right Salamander and H3 Snark mod team. So they're clearly named in the lawsuit, right? Clearly named in the lawsuit. But here is the real bombshell, folks. Here is the thing that blows this case wide open and can lead to the absolute destruction of Reddit. This could be enough to tear Reddit down.
Listen, Ellum, I love you, buddy. I love you. But enough of the foreplay. Let's get straight into it. I want that ball slap in action. Let's go, Ellum. Let's go.
Whole institution. If Ethan decides to pursue it aggressively, which, he has no reason not to at this point. Let's flip over here. You have an admission, a 100% confession right here. They're saying concern level for you. This whole thing is so odd. Roman P, once again, the head moderator, saying not concerned at all, balancing working at Reddit and being the head moderator for H3 Snark has kind of been stressful, though. We have a confession right in front of everybody, in front of God and everybody, that the head moderator is a Reddit employee.
So I already, told you about that. I already gave you your finale right there. But we'll keep going on. I'm going to say this, okay? Maybe Ellum's going to debunk what I'm about to say, what I'm about to, spew out into this world. Maybe he's going to debunk this and say, hey, that there's still legal actions that can be tackled here. There's still things that you could be doing. I don't know. If I'm going to be good faith Gary, just the guy throwing the question out there, okay? I want this to be true. Trust me, I want this to be true. But my brain's over here like, what if what they're saying is that they work on Reddit pages a whole lot? Not concerned at all, balancing working at Reddit. Maybe that means that, hey, he's working on multiple different moderator pages, multiple different things. Maybe he's getting stuff for that. That's just me throwing that out there. That's just me saying it because sometimes I say, hey, I work at YouTube or I'm working at my YouTube channel or stuff like that. Like, let's just, just throwing that shit out there. Maybe that's the case. I'm not, again, as of right now, this thing right here is still legally actionable and it's still something to be, hey, Reddit, is this true or not? Let's dive in. Because if it is true, you are allowing some actual heinous shit to go on here, even though you guys said that you weren't allowing it. So that is seriously fuck up there. So it is still like, hey, something that can be done with. I'm just saying maybe he misspoke. Like that could end up being the legal defense. That's just me throwing it out there and throwing out, I have to rain on everybody's parade just a little bit.
Is working at Reddit. This person, which has civil liability now and potential, and once again, once we dig, there may be criminal stuff that comes out. Who knows, right? They are on the hook for this.
Please let it be true. Please let it be real. Please let me speaking something into the ether not actually come true, except for this last little bit that I do want to come true. Please let it be Bad Empanada, because that would be funny. Oh, God. To everybody that's watching this, or watching this on the replay, or watching this as the upload, Bad Empanada is some sort of nightmare fuel. There are loads of vile, monstrous people in this world. Bad Empanada takes the cake on that one. Bad Empanada, they broke the mold creating awful with Bad Empanada. The things that he says, the things that he advocates for, the things that he does. Holy shitballs. You want to talk about misinformation, fake news, and awful, atrocious shit? He makes both Destiny on his terrorist arc and Hassan, who supports terrorists and saying all the heinous shit, look like kindergartners compared to what Bad Empanada says on the daily. That would be the funniest thing ever if he actually works for Reddit. I would be laughing my ass off if he actually worked there.
And they have put Reddit in a horrible position, particularly because we had the separate filing disclosure where we had Reddit admins offering us free subscriptions to privacy software to remove our PII from the internet in case we're doxxed and harassed. So this is called scrubbing evidence. They're deleting evidence, spoliation of evidence. This is potentially criminal, even. And we want to know, is this the admin, Roman P., the employee of Reddit, that was offering the PII software? Are there others involved? These are all things that Ethan Klein can now dig into freely. His lawyers and Ethan Klein's infinite money glitch can go out there and dig into this and figure this out. And in case you guys need to understand the legal concept here, because of course we're on the legal mindset. We are always both educational and entertaining, which is why, by the way, this is a fast facts video, the quick and dirty version of the latest in legal news. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment below if you like this type of content and you like us exposing.
Please leave a like, comment below on both my video and his video. I will always have a link in the description down below because it is always good, because I love LM content. Again, he recently got signed over at Mythic. Shout out to him. That is a monumental success. But it's time for the actual factual stuff here that my brain's going to be like, oh, I didn't know this. And he might actually debunk what I just said. So that'll be interesting.
Giant leaks like this. So let's get into this. Vicarious liability. What does that mean? And of course, I'm very familiar with this as a corporate attorney. I still am a practicing corporate attorney. Employers are responsible for the harmful actions of employees, even if not directly at fault. So this is one of the reasons why in the recent times, people should be firing dangerous employees, because a dangerous employee, let's say you're a violent employee or a crazy employee, you don't want those employees around because of vicarious liability, because you can be responsible for the actions of those employees. If they go out and do something crazy, you might be on the line for them. Just like this, exactly like this.
And reminder, when it came to this thing right here, employers are responsible for harmful actions of their employees. This whole thing, what he's talking about right here, this was the big thing that was going on after he was saying recent things, but the Charlie Kirk stuff. The reason a lot of people were getting fired for what they were saying is because how detrimental it is to be saying that openly, and all the criminal liabilities that your company can then incur. If you keep that person on and they go out there and do something really stupid, you can be held responsible for what they did as well. That's why people were coming out here firing individuals. That's why when you see people are saying, well, you should be fired for all this stuff, there's an actual reason to terminate them at that point in time. You are also held legally and legally liable for their actions that they take place because you knew they were crazy schizos out there. Good morning. Oh, good night, Dermy. My brain fried right there because I'm not crazy schizo, but I'm on par. Good night, Irish Whips. You have a good one, buddy. But anyways, like the reasons they were getting fired was because of this. And there's a lot of people that don't get that. There's a lot of people that say, no, you should be able to say whatever it is that you want to say and not lose your job. In a perfect world, yes. In an ideal world, yes. But if you're out there advocating for heinous actions to occur, like a lot of these Reddit moderators were when it came to Ethan Klein, you become liable for that stuff. If You are aware they are doing that, and heinous actions do occur. That is stuff that's seriously important right there, and that's why people were losing their jobs during the whole Charlie Kirk thing. There's actual reasons for all this shit.
You have an unhinged Reddit mod, which once again is a massive, massive risk. If it's somebody like this, you've got to fire them. You've got to get rid of them because they've now endangered your entire company. All of Reddit is at stake because of what they've done. They're completely open to discovery. They're completely open to liability. And because of this proof that they provided that software, they're going to be on the line for potentially a massive amount. And once again,
Hey, we already know Denims, Frogan, and Casey Chong, they don't have a whole lot of money. Okay, they really don't. They have very minimal amount of money. They could barely even muster up a whole lot of money to help pay for fund their lawsuit. So all that money that they have right now is going to go into the pockets of Ethan Klein. And we're about to see Reddit is probably going to be owned by Ethan Klein by the end of all this now, because you always go after the big fish. Yeah, you're going to want to still go after those small little fish, Frogan and all of them. You're still going to want to go after them because screw them, why not? You want to also get the big fish involved, which the big fish here would be Reddit. And that's a lot of money right there that Ethan's just looking at going like my infinite money loop. It's wonderful.
That liability and discovery could destroy Reddit as a company. But what do you guys think about this? Do you guys think Reddit is going to go down? Would you like to see Reddit go down?
Yes.
I want to know what you think in the comments below, and I will catch you on the next one.
Yes, I would like to see Reddit go down. I would love to see Reddit go down. Reddit going down would be the funniest thing ever, because just think of how much unhinged schizos that think that they're God's gift to the world would immediately realize how irrelevant they truly are if they're not Reddit mods or working for Reddit. They would be the funniest meltdowns across blue sky, because they're never gonna go on fucking Twitter. They're Redditors and blue skyers at the end of the day. It would be hilarious to see it go down. Simultaneously, yes, I do think Ethan Klein probably does have claims here. I think this dude probably fucked up. There might be a little weaseling maneuver that they can use, but as of right now, even thinking there and steel manning my own argument, because I always like to steel man. I don't try to straw man. If I'm even thinking about it, still, you would get discovery. If they said that they are a part of your team, if they are an employee and they were giving this stuff all out to you, you now get to discover that, and hey, maybe it turns out that they're not involved at all. Maybe they were saying the same thing that I was. Maybe what I threw out there is the truth, that they just misspoke and they said something stupid. But if it is true, there's so much money to be gotten. It'll be funny. Having admin privileges into a system with PII has an assumed responsibility to protect the PII, and limited liability won't protect malicious actors. Oh, there's plenty of malicious actors involved in this weasel, but as it stands right now, I'm loving this. I don't follow I follow the Ethan Klein stuff just a little bit, not as much as I follow like Destiny or Hassan, but the Ethan Klein stuff, there's always something funny involved. And I enjoy it so much because it just keeps getting better and better as the time goes on. But let me get your guys' thought. And as always here, I will also drop this into the chat real quick. Please check out the video, leave a like, sub to LM, and leave a comment and tell him Dermy Wormy sent you. I'd greatly appreciate it.